back to our masterclass. Now, we are about halfway through our recipes and we're having so much fun with our guest, Ingrid Jones. She's a TV presenter, a radio personality, but more importantly today, she is a cookbook curator who is helping us through, step by step, everything that we're creating today. So, Dumi, you looking forward to it?
I definitely am, Palisa, and to make sure that Ingrid has the right tools, I'm going to make sure I switch on her stove.
Just in case I don't know where to put on the stove.
Because she's on the lamb duty, Palisa. This next recipe here has got lamb, has got a whole lot of beautiful things, so we need to make sure that that pan is nice and hot.
Excited for that. Now, we do love juicy lamb chops, and when you add some elite taste, elite texture, and elite quality with the addition of Clover Feta Cheese, then it's even better. So hold on to your seats because we're making tender lamb chops with green beans, feta, and mint. Now, you've been talking about these green beans, girl.
The whole day.
The whole day. So we're excited to just have a taste of it. So, Dumi, what do we need?
Palisa, for the green beans, because what we're doing is that we're heightening up the green beans. We're not giving you basic green beans. We're putting some flavor into them. We've got some blanched green beans over here that we're going to top with a beautiful crumbly Clover Feta cheese. It brings that elite flavor to it, you know, that elite punch, which is what we want. We're going to then put some toasted almonds, some breadcrumbs, some red chili flakes, and some salt, and put somewhat of a crumble base on the top of these green beans, and then serve them with our beautiful lamb chops that Ingrid is going to be making for us.
Beautiful. Ready for the oil?
All right, so I think it is perfect now to add your oil in there.
How much?
You can add about a half of that. That's perfect, yes.
Okay.
And then what we're going to do then is going to let that heat up perfectly. You can actually start seasoning your lamb chops with some of the salt, and then chuck in some of the black peppers into the oil because we want the flavor of the black oil.
See, I learned something more.
The flavor of the black pepper, but we don't actually want it on our lamb chops because we're going to be getting all that black pepper flavor from our elite Clover Feta Cheese.
Elite mousse.
Aye, what's it, vamos? That's how we roll in this kitchen.
Elevating the game. And you know what, Ingrid? We are celebrating flavors. So on my side, I'm zesting some lemon for Dumi, and I've also got some mint. Now, Dumi, how does this play a part to that finished product?
Palisa, the lamb and mint are like a match made in heaven. And normally the lamb would be cooked in the mint, but in this instance, we want that mint to, you know, to sort of pair so well with the flavors of what we're making here. So that fresh mint together with the beautiful flavor of the clover, elite flavor of our clover black pepper, because you know it comes in different kinds of flavor. It comes in the plain, it comes in the herby, but we're using the black pepper today, and that's the one we want to use because of that beautiful crumbly texture that it has. It works perfectly for this recipe we have. And I'm also just going to start chopping my almonds that are going to go on the top with this crumble that we're making over here.
Beautiful. Okay.
Can I steal your knife? Because
Please
this was my mother. She would have done this. She's like, girl, no. You need to cut that off.
Okay.
See, I'm teaching you something today.
Wow. But now I have to ask a question. Before we get into the greens and the vegetables of this dish, I just want to touch base with the protein. I love fat on my meat. Yeah? But your mother taught you to take off that fat.
No. Just keep the numbering, the grading of the meat.
Oh, the grading.
You know, she said get that off, but I'm like you, I love the fat. But the thing about the numbers on it is that that's where you can see the grade of the meat. A1, A2, however it is that you want it to be. But it's just, she just said that don't give me the number. I don't want the number.
Take it off. Right, so now that our protein is ready to go, Ingrid is just searing it there, making sure that it's brown and cooked all out. Dumi, you mentioned a process here that a lot of South Africans, or rather some South Africans are familiar with, but some South Africans are not as familiar with, and that has to do with the green beans. You spoke about blanching them. Now, can you just talk us through the process of blanching?
Perfect, Palisa. As you can see, these are a beautiful, vibrant green color. They haven't gone an odd green color. The reason for that is what you do is you take your green beans, make sure you've got a nice pot of boiling water still bubbling away. You add your green beans into that liquid immediately. Let it bubble away for at least, I'm going to say, a minute, not longer than that because you still want them to cook through. So you let them boil in that liquid. You take the liquid out, you take the green beans immediately out of that hot water and straight into a bowl of ice cold water with some ice in there. And then what that does is that it stops the cooking process immediately. Yes, there'll be some residual heat, but it'll stop the cooking process immediately. immediately, and you maintain a beautiful crunchy green bean and that beautiful green color that you've got on there.
Girl, because nobody wants some soggy green beans that are overcooked. We want them crunchy, we want them delicious, and we want to make sure that the nutrients is still inside there. So, Tumi, I've chopped up a little bit of mint for you. Here's the mint, or rather the mint should stay on the meat station.
You can bring it this side, Palisa, because we're going to toss it on top of our mixture here that we've got for our...
Okay, brilliant.
It takes so long to brown. She's sabotaging me over here.
Forever sabotaging. Tumi, please may you just grab some of this. That's some of that lemon juice. Here's some lemon zest. And then here is some mint. And as you are crumbing that delicious Clover Feta cheese onto those green beans, I just have to remind everyone that the Clover Feta cheese packs a punch of flavor and on our green beans on the most elite way, and that's essentially what it is all about. We're making sure that the nutrients are covered, the flavors are all in there as we are celebrating and highlighting all things around women in Women's Month. I'm so proud of you. Those look delicious.
I'm just worried there's like an explosion happening here. More worried about, there's it off now, thank you. Because I'm thinking like something.
Good to turn it off.
It's all good. Now, Palisa, into those green beans, we've cooked them off. All I'm going to do is I'm going to add some lemon juice to it, and then when those lamb chops come, we're just going to set them over here, and that dish is complete, and it looks absolutely divine.
What was in here again?
We just added some butter into some almonds, some breadcrumbs. We've got some feta. We also had some red chili flakes and some salt.
Oh, this looks delicious.
And just like that, delicious is what it's all about. To get this recipe, head over to afternoonexpress.co.za.
Clover cheese is for those who love life, where everything falls into place and melts away our cares, adding joy and stretching our imagination. Elite quality, elite taste, elite texture.
Made with love by Clover.